Hi, we're back to My AZ TV. Visit Sedona TV and Sedona's Best. Next to me, I'm interviewing Mayor Scott Jablow, who's running for re-election, but we have the privilege of having him so we can answer some questions. So now that it is like prime hot here in Sedona, how does the city of Sedona handle emergency situations, such as this and even more?
Well, this is a great question because we've just completed our all hazards plan. People are under the misconception that we handle emergencies here, and we don't. Our city police and our city fire department are secondary to either Yavapai County or Coconino County. They have Office of Emergency Management and a huge amount of resources that we would never have. So if there's a fire or flood, which we just had last year, it's handled by the respective counties, but then our police and the Sedona Fire District will supplement the needs of the community. But what we did about a year and a half ago, we started implementing this all hazards plan. We did a lot of research, and we've actually divided the city into several different zones. You know your zone. And if you go into different neighborhoods, you'll see on a pole a little QR code with the zone number. So everybody would know their zone. We've sent out magnets, and if you haven't sent a magnet, if you haven't received a magnet, contact me and I'll get a magnet to you. But you put your zone on that magnet. So if you get a text alert from Coconino, Yavapai, or through Nixle, the city website, of an emergency, ready, set, go. You would be notified of what position we would be in and what the issue is. And you'd know about it anyway. If there's a fire, a forest fire, you're definitely going to know about it, but you're not going to know what to do until you get the instructions from the respective websites. Wow. So we're pretty well versed in what to do. The plan is available on the city website of all hazards evacuation plan. And it's also a way, this is really interesting, on how to come back. After the emergency is cleared, you'll also be told when to come back, what zone is available to come back, so you know what the situation is and you don't come back into traffic. So traffic is always key, and we try to eliminate as much traffic as possible.
Wow, that's definitely, I didn't even know the depths of it.
Oh, it's really deep. And with something just to let you know, Coconino County is working on putting in a loudspeaker system where everybody knows, or at least on the East Coast where I'm from, if there was a fire, there would be a fire horn that would go off. This is not even like that. This is 21st century, where the emergency management team from the respective county can get on their phone and put a message out to the community. Zones 1 to 3, get ready for evacuation. And you'll hear that voice throughout that section of the city. We haven't put any of these loudspeakers in yet, but they're researching where they will be. And it would most likely start in Uptown and work its way down to the Chapel and then out west. All this is ever evolving, so it can change. It's a fluid plan. Nothing's in stone because you learn new things as you go along. So I'm really excited about it.
That sounds exciting. Well, I've had the pleasure interviewing you today. One thing I did not ask you that I'd like to ask you right now, I know you're the mayor and I know you're running for re-election, but why? For those people who don't know, why? What makes you the qualified candidate? Why should we vote for you?
Well, thanks for asking that question. So I've been now finishing up my 10th year as on city council. That's 8 years or 2 terms as a council person, and now my last 2 years as your mayor. I have made it my point to totally do outreach for the community. Like I said, I'm on social media, I email people, I receive phone calls at home 7 days a week, usually between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I have to cut it off somewhere. Yeah. But I'm available to the public. But what I've also done is build relationships where none have been for many, many years. As I mentioned before, we have our state senator, Ken Bennett, Selena Bliss, our representative. We haven't had a good relationship with those positions, different people, but those positions in almost 8 years. And that relationship building is very important to me. And I'm bringing all that experience and those relationships to stay here with me and our council. What's unique about our city council right now, we are all open to talking to people. We're all of the same mindset that we want to hear what the community has to say. So some people say, well, you need a change. Okay, but they don't say a change from what. We're fiscally responsible with our money. We do have a $106 million budget, but we're doing a lot of road construction. We're buying property. We're doing things to better the community, and it takes time. Sedona is still an evolving community, and it takes time to build up the projects, and it costs money. So I feel that I'm connected, I'm out there, I'm available to the community, and I always will be available to the community. I'm asking for your vote for re-election this coming July, and hopefully that will solve it. It won't go to a general election in November.